Hey guys, Dr. Stephanie here, and today we're going to do 5 hip strengthening exercises with a band. So all you need is one loop resistance band like this, and we're going to do all 5 of these exercises. They'll help work on hip and glute strength, these muscles right around here, as well as a little bit of balance. And all of this is going to help you build those hips up so that that strength will help prevent knee and ankle injuries and hip and low back as well. Those hips are super important, and the stronger they are, the fewer injuries you'll have all throughout your lower legs and your back, and you'll just feel better overall and be able to stay more active as you get older. So for the first exercise, place this band around your feet and keep your feet about shoulder width apart. You want a little bit of resistance in the band, so you don't want your feet too close to where the band is just kind of falling on the floor. You want some resistance there. And if you need to hold on to something, you can. For this first exercise, you're going to lift a knee up towards your chest, come back down, and then bring it out to the side. So lift up, and then bring it out to the side. So we're working on hip flexion there, and hip abduction there. Hip flexion and hip abduction. This is going to work on those hip flexors here, and then the hip abductors, which are back here. The main hip abductor is the gluteus medius, and so that muscle is important for stabilizing your pelvis, stabilizing your leg when you're standing on one leg. So that's a pretty important muscle. So we're just going to do a few here, and you can do, when you're doing these on your own, do anywhere from 15 to 30, just depending on how you're feeling that day. And this is going to help build that strength all around your hip. It's important to build that hip flexor strength because we do a lot of sitting and those muscles kind of get shortened and weak. So it's important to add some of this into your daily or weekly routine. Okay, so from here, now I'm going to move this band up to around my ankles. And we're going to stand on one leg, take the other foot, kind of make a semicircle here around to the back. And then from there, we're going to step to the side. And then on the other foot, semicircle, step to the side. And just back and forth like this. Semicircle, step to the side, semicircle, step to the side. This one is working on balance and single leg stability. It's also working on hip abduction, that gluteus medius muscle we were talking about that's right back here. And on all of these muscles, you'll really feel it kind of in your glutes. You'll feel those glutes burning. So semicircle, step, semicircle, step. And again, you can do 15 to 30 when you're doing it on your own. You can also time it for 30 seconds to a minute and repeat that a few times. Okay, we're going to sit down on the floor. And this next one, bring this band up around your knees. And what we're going to do is, it's a hip strength and mobility exercise. It's a hip 90-90, so you may have done these before, but we're going to add a little band to make it a little more challenging, a little more strength focused. So feet wider than shoulder width apart here. You can put your hands on the ground behind you. You can put them out in front of you, wherever is comfortable. You're just going to rotate down to the floor and then rotate to the other side. So rotate and rotate. And if the band rolls like this, that's okay. Pretty common with these bands. So you just rotate back and forth. This is working on getting those hips moving, increasing that mobility, but also increasing that strength in internal and external rotation. So just go down. If you can't go all the way down to the floor, that's okay. Just go to where you can. And you want to do about 15 to 30 of those. Okay, then I'm going to bring this band down around our feet, just around the bottoms of our feet, and lie back on the ground or on a bed or a couch. And from here, we're going to do 2 different things. So we're going to bring our knee up towards our chest and then back down. And then bring our legs straight up and back down. Knee up to the chest, and then straight up. Knee to chest, and then straight up. When you bring your legs straight up, I think on the other one I bent my knee a little bit, but try to keep your knee straight. And it'll help if you kind of pin the band down to the ground with the foot that's on the ground, just so it doesn't move. So knee to chest, and then legs straight. Knee to chest, legs straight. So this is working on the hip flexors, also working on the hip extensors, which are the glutes, because with the leg that stays down, you have to kind of stabilize that leg and hold it down as the other leg comes up. Okay, now we are going to place this band around our knees. So this is the final exercise. So place the band around your knees, lie back down, and from here, you want to kind of make a circle with your leg. So you're going to kind of lift and circle. Lift and circle. Same thing with the other leg. Lift and circle. Lift and circle. If you have more flexibility in your hamstrings, or you have a little bit more strength in your hip flexors, you can bring your leg up as high as you can and make a circle. But just go lift as high as you can off the ground and make that circle. I like to alternate back and forth, but you can also do all of the exercise on one leg and then switch to the other leg. You're just making circles. You want to do about 10 to 15 on each side. So that's working on hip flexors again, also hip abductors, and just kind of working on mobility as well, because you're trying to get that joint to move throughout its range of motion. Okay, so all of those exercises will work on hip strength and hip stability and help your hips feel a lot better and prevent injuries in your legs and your lower back.